Hey doll babies, I have not talked to you in quite some time. I have been out actually living a little bit of life, but tonight I wanted to talk to you while I'm at my craft table. Yes, putting together crafts for my daughter's chalk party on Saturday, but I digress. Let's talk about executive presence versus personal branding. And this is something that I wanted to put in a video recently because I thought it was something that came up from a leadership conference that I recently attended. So personal branding is you having a strong enough brand presence without you being in the room. And the example that I like to give is if you are driving on the highway and you see a McDonald's M, you know that there are going to be fries ahead, right? And so when your personal brand is so strong that it precedes you in your representation of how people think about your work, think about who you are, and what kind of information, talent, and treasure you're going to bring to either their organization, a project, or a program, that is your personal brand, right? They may be things like you are jovial, you are detail oriented, you are timely, you are informative, you have a little bit of intelligence about the subject matter at hand, you're an SME or a subject matter expert, right? So then the executive presence portion of that flip side of that coin is how you actually show up, right? So when you think about your personal brand being what people think of you, your executive presence is how you present that in real time. So when you go into meetings, are you commanding the information? When you go into meetings, do you lead them? When you go into meetings, when you interject or you bring up questions, are they informative? Do they produce thought-provoking conversation? Do they challenge the status quo? Are you someone who is in spaces present and have a presence, right? And so those two things can sometimes be synonymous, right? I'm sure people think I am fun and great and awesome and all of those things until they get me in a project where I am managing and I'm running it. And we get to certain sticky wickets and conversations get a little heated. And I'm not saying I'm being heated. What I'm saying is I often challenge people. I call people higher in my executive presence. I ask very direct and pointed questions that require them to give me very direct and pointed answers. I do not accept fluff. I am not for bullshit. And I have said that on so many levels. So while people might think I am fun, exciting, and I am really, really jovial, I'm also an executive whose presence is always felt in any meeting I lead, run, or attend. Hope that helps.